Hello and welcome back to Legion. We are playing on our Demon Hunter Neltharion, and today we are going to finish off Highmountain by going down into a dungeon. It is time to finish off Neltharion's Lair. Before we do anything else, I just want to make sure I join the group. We're going to do the same thing we did with Eye of Ashara. I think you guys enjoyed that one, so we're going to join a group for the Neltharion's Lair, 98 to 110. Oh, how long is the queue? Less than 1 minute. That should take no time at all. The Earth Warder Neltharion, later known as Deathwing, once called this cavern home. Since his fall, the drogbar that once worshipped the great dragon built their capital within this ancient lair. Now Dargrul, chieftain of the drogbar, rallies a massive army within these depths. Bolstered by the Hammer of Khaz'goroth, this army will surge from the mountainside if left unchecked, devastating Highmountain and threatening the security of all Azeroth. Bit of a side story there, not really directly tied to the Legion, no significant connection between Dargrul and the Legion, it seems. The bosses here are Rokmora, Ularog, Cragshaper, Naraxxus, and Dargrul the Underking. Rokmora is a huge giant rock creature. Ularog, Cragshaper's unfinished masterpiece. Rokmora is a massive crystal fury constructed to annihilate all who stands against the Underking. The wild magic used to create this behemoth has yet to take hold, imbuing any piece of Rokmora, attached or not, with Ularog's malevolent will to crush his enemies. So yeah, Ularog created Rokmora. He is a shaper of rocks, one could say. Ularog Cragshaper is an ancient drogbar that has committed his life to the pursuit of power. Through violence and deception, Ularog rose to become the Underking's trusted advisor. He detests Navarog for bringing intruders into their home and will take pleasure in bringing about their violent end. So this guy's working for Dargrul. Now, Naraxxus is a huge giant serpent worm. It's not a serpent, it's a worm. The mother of monsters has been worshipped by the drogbar since the age of Neltharion. Constant sacrifices are made to this creature so she can nurture the generations of horrors the drogbar use against their enemies. One way or another, you must pass through this beast and strike at the Underking before the terror is unleashed on Highmountain. So, funny thing, it says you have to pass through this beast. Yeah, we'll see more to that when we enter the dungeon. And finally, I have Dargrul is the most powerful Underking since the age of Neltharion. Certain that only he has the right to wield the power of Khaz'goroth, Dargrul murdered High Chieftain Ulan and seized the artifact from the Highmountain Tauren. Now he uses the hammer's power to devastate the region and any who oppose him. Oh yes. Now we've seen Dargrul before. Funny thing, there is a typo here, Dargul and Dargrul, so yeah, that's not funny, but there's something you can change. Oh my god, 14 minutes timer there. Well, I guess I'll see you guys in 14 minutes. Or not, it took 1 minute. What's up with this timer? Can never trust the timer, guys. And here we are. Oh, we're joined by a couple of guys. We have Sasha, the Kingslayer, Bouquet, Legend of Pandaria, Gurthrin, the Patient, and Beled of the Nightfall.
Friends. Every moment we linger, Dargrul kills more of our allies.
My father's ancient lair. There is still power within these rocks that should not be disturbed.
That was the weirdest pose I've ever seen. Oh my god, almost got hit by the spell that the Death Knights use to walk on water. But here we are. We seem to have a good grip, and we are trying to deal with these enemies. We see some scorpions, and there are some crawlers here created by these shards of rocks. And yeah, we have to deal with these, and at the end we'll face some other creatures. As you can see, there are some huge elemental rock creatures here that we'll eventually deal with. There are also basilisk down here, and this amazing waterfall to our right looks amazing. Look at that, that's pretty cute. I haven't really noticed that before. There is some sort of hut over there, and then you have the windmill giving them some power. So drogbars seem to have some sort of community down here. So here we see the drogbar going closer to their home. Intruders here, break them! That's my best drogbar voice right there. So what is interesting about this dungeon is the fact that it's very vertically. So you jump down, as we saw the entrance is all the way up there when it kind of sloped down this huge water slide from the top. And we'll jump more further down eventually, so we'll end up like really far below the crust of the earth of the Broken Isles in Highmountain. So that's pretty cool. That's one of the things that are pretty impressive. Here you can see there used to be a bridge across to the other side, I believe. It must have been.
These drogbar have been tapping into abilities they should not possess. No doubt it has something to do with the latent power still lingering within these rocks.
Natharok, betrayer. You would lead these intruders against us. Dargrul cannot control the hammer, Ularog. He will destroy Highmountain, not conquer it. Either way, I will enjoy every moment of it. Rockmora, crush them! Rock smash!
Quoting his best Hulk, this is Rockmora. He's fairly easy to take down. He'll have spawn some mobs, as you can see. When we deal damage to him, he'll basically shatter off these guys, as his hide, his skin of rock will be shattered, and these guys will pop off him. So you have to deal with the ads. They are basically taken down by Cleave. And he also does that in front of him, the Razor Shards. So the tank must make sure to kind of keep the boss facing away from the party. That's the most important thing about this fight here.
Tiny pedal, big paddle. Rock shatter. Tiny pedal, big paddle. Rock no break. Well, they know we're coming now. I hope our allies can keep their main forces occupied long enough for us to complete our mission. Quickly, into the barrels! I'll hold them here and join you downriver.
No, I won't be doing that. I will find my own path and rejoin you on the other side. The Underking uses slaves to dig at the bones of my father? He does not know
Where
the
are you
powers he
hiding your
meddles with.
food, maggot?
Please, you've already taken all the food we have.
Search everywhere. These peasants have been hiding rations from the army. If you're not fighting, you're not eating.
So, a couple of interesting things there. And you see Ebonhorn not willing to go down the barrels. The dragons of the earth might not be familiar with sliding down water. That's kind of might be a reason why he doesn't want to do that. Also, we had heard other dude back here, Navarog, basically talked about how the drogbar are using the slaves down here to dig at the bones of Ebonhorn's father. And here you see we release these slaves somewhat. There are a couple of sides here down in the, as you can see on the map here, there are a path out to the left. There are some smaller like caves and stuff where you can go in to find some additional small stuff involved in world quests, and there are also some treasure chests that might be useful. We did also get a very nice item back there, a neck, Understone Gorget, or however you want to pronounce that, which is a very significant increase for us. We used to have a 680 neck, now we have a 740. Wow, that's a good change. Here we approach the bottom of the village, it seems. And here we have a, you can see the fires, torches that are lit down here. I do in fact love the little area in here. It reminds me a lot of the Gorons in the Zelda games, primarily Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and somewhat Twilight Princess as well. Kind of living in this ground inside a volcano up in the mountains somewhere, and they are seemingly peaceful, but they do have some history that is interesting in regards to dragons and worshipping the dragons and stuff like this. Of course, these guys have been worshipping Neltharion. Quick recap on Neltharion. He is also known as Deathwing, primary antagonist in the Cataclysm, and father of Rathion and all the black dragons. And he used to be the dragon aspect of the earth until he went mad during the War of the Ancients against the Burning Legion the last time, because the old gods corrupted him. And he was corrupted all until we defeated him in Cataclysm. If you want to check that out, you want to go into the raid, the Dragon Soul, and take on Deathwing and the Spine of Deathwing. That's a lot of fun to solo, I can tell you. Listen to these guys. Ever heard of the Tarn Demon Hunters? They call themselves the Illidari. GM jokes are so bad these days. Yeah, okay. And here we are on the boss. Oh, he charged towards the barrier there. This is Ularog.
Pay attention, Natharog. I want you to see your heroes die.
Natharog can do some nice things. He's able to turn into some pots. He will summon in some earth pots, as you can see when we get there. And he'll jump into one of them, and he'll do this.
Go ahead and run! It will change nothing.
He'll just summon in more of them. As you can see here, there is these idols, as they're called. And you need to defeat these because they kind of shatter the roof above us. And he also tried to jump into one and turn into an idol himself. You need to do this carnival trick.
You will never wield the power of Khaz'goroth.
Now we're gonna play a little game here. We're gonna follow this idol right here. Oh, it went there, 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 and up there. All right, that should be a big deal. Let's take this one down. And that's the carnival game of this boss. You also summon down these things from the. Oh. We got him down. He'll summon in some hands coming up from the ground as well, shaping the earth to attack us. And lastly, he will also increase the number of bellowing idols that is summoned during that phase on higher difficulties. So this is his normal mode. He will only have 3, but on Mythic, I believe and Heroic at least, he'll have 5 or more of those bellowing idols. So it'll be a little harder to keep track of the movements of them. Not sure if they'll move more radically, but yeah, it makes it harder.
Highmountain itself rises against you. So this is what it feels like to break.
We got a recipe, I think. Yeah, we got a recipe earlier. Drogbar style salmon. Nice. Did not get any loot from the boss though, unfortunately. Oh, look at these beautiful rocks. Reminds me of the ancient mana you can find in Suramar. We'll get to that eventually. Oh, there is a snail race here, as you can see. Proper usual thing. You have Turbox, Blaze, and Whipsnap. A common hobby for the Drogbar is to host these races. There is actually another one you can do over at the Stone Dark place. And there you will make sure to make one of the snails win, and you get an achievement for doing that over at the Stone Dark Cavern, where we were a couple episodes ago.
Mother of worms, arise! If they complete this summoning, our passage to Dargrul will be blocked. She comes. Naraxis will feast on your bones!
Ah, this reminds me of the Hobbit movie, the first one, when they are down where the goblins are in Moria. You see all of these Drogbar here are kind of crouching up on the rooftops, or not rooftops, but on the cliffs, looking over us, and we're approaching the boss here, Naraxis. And if you remember back in the last episode, you saw those worms that we killed with the aid of the Skyhorn tribe, the different stone darks and stuff, and those were the spawns of Naraxis. And now we're gonna deal with the Brood Mother.
Yes. Wait, no! Ah!
And that guy was eaten, as you can see. So Naraxis doesn't take, or doesn't, I guess, split between who is friend and who is foe. She doesn't segregate us. Naraxis is hungry though. Oh, these guys were behind us all the time. Not a good idea. And Naraxis will try to eat another player, and you have to move away from her. She'll do like similar to these creatures here. You kind of spew out some sort of a line from their mouth, a string shot like this one, and they'll drag us towards her. And if we get closer, she'll eat us. And we are able to escape from her mouth if we get healed up, I believe. But you've got to be careful and move away from that. Also, there needs to be a tank close to her. If not, she will do this massive AoE thing. Oh, here we go. Where there has to be someone close to her so she can do her melee attacks. Drogbar leap down from the stands. Basically, the Drogbar will also try to feed themselves to the boss, I believe, which will make her stronger, I think. And we need to deal with those before they reach her. This guy as well. Come here. Now he'll do Rancid Maw, which is spewing forth those puddles of green goo. Now she's doing the spiked tongue. As you can see, she ate the tank. Oh no! And the tank got devoured, but healed up, so yeah, she made it out fine. More Drogbar are coming down from the stands! Where are they? Come on! I guess they almost bugged out, but I want to take them on. Come here, Drogbar. Almost got the boss down though, so it might not be the best of ideas. But, oh, almost got him.
There is no more time! We must strike at Dargrul now!
I am sorry, heroes. It appears the treasure you seek will be found on the other end of this beast.
So we kind of jump in here, and this...
The Tauren believed you were prophesized to seize my hammer! Pathetic. Let them come. Witness the fate of those who stand against one worthy of wielding the power of a titan!
So yeah, if you didn't notice, that was kind of like the things that she had eaten. So we kind of went through her hole and found her poop. And that's where the loot was. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you see things, we did not get any loot from Raxus. But now we are here in this massive room, and you can see the huge skeletons here. Luckily, those are not the skeletons of Neltharion, but they seem to be skeletons of some dragon. It's much bigger than Neltharion.
Rip them apart!
So I have no idea. Maybe just for aesthetics, I guess. But this is where Dargrul has his inner sanctum.
I am sorry, heroes. I must leave you now. Yet know this. I have witnessed your deeds with pride, and I am sure you will not fail Highmountain in this final hour.
Now, Dargrul himself is a very interesting fight. He's a really cool one as well, and he will deal damage to you if you're not careful.
I will break this world asunder before I let you take my hammer!
Dargrul will do a massive attack.
I am the shaper and forger of this world!
Dargrul will summon in these molten destroyers, and they chase one of the players. He'll also deal AoE damage, I believe.
The mountain will gnaw on your bones!
Also, he will do a massive attack against the main tank, where the tank has to use active mitigation to reduce the damage of the incoming attack. Also, he'll do landslides, which are these amazing spikes. Look at those polygons. Oh my god. Oh, I guess... Oh, this is definitely not good. Why did the tank pull those guys? Oh well. Guess we gotta use all our abilities here to try to reduce the damage. Uh-oh. As you can see also, he summons these pillars that he'll go after, like summon here, that are... look like stalactites. They are, or stalagmites actually. And we have to run behind those when he does the magma wave. There we go. Let's stand behind this the wall, and you'll be fine.
The mountain will gnaw on your bones. I am the shaper and forger of this world. The mountain will gnaw on your bones. How is this possible? I was chosen.
The hammer never chose you, Dargrul. It seeks a wielder who possesses true strength, and you were found lacking.
It's done, heroes. With Dargrul dead and the hammer reclaimed, the drogbar are broken. Now begins the long task of reuniting our tribes. But balance has returned to Highmountain.
The power of the Mad King Dargrul is broken, and Highmountain has you to thank, heroes. Now, there are other family matters that require my attention. Farewell. I hope when next we meet, it is under more peaceful circumstances.
And that was interesting. The coolest part about this little conversation here might be the fact that he has other family matters that require my attention. This may refer to his advising of the Highmountain Tauren over at Thunder Totem, his family of Tauren, or it might refer to his family of the Black Dragons, which only Wrathion, his brother, remains. And here we have the Hammer of Khaz'goroth. The war continues. It was a hard fight, but necessary. Neltharion, on behalf of the Rivermane, the Skyhorn, the Stonedark, I thank you for your efforts. But where one battle ends, another begins. When you stand against the coming of the Burning Legion, know that the tribes of Highmountain stand with you. Now that you have defeated Dargrul the Underking and have the Hammer of Khaz'goroth in hand, it is time to place it in Aegwyn's gallery in the lower chambers of Dalaran. And we are going to do just that. We have the Tidestone of Golganeth. Now we have retrieved the Hammer of Khaz'goroth. Archmage Khadgar has set aside a space here for the Hammer of Khaz'goroth, as well as the rest of the Pillars of Creation.
When you first set foot upon our shores, I prayed to the spirits, asking if you could be trusted. By helping to reunite our tribes, you have proven yourself a true friend to our people. For us, the Hammer of Khaz'goroth has always been a symbol of unity, a reminder of our proud history. But in your hands, it will serve an even greater purpose. On behalf of the tribes of Highmountain, I entrust the hammer to you and your allies. May it strike true at the heart of the enemy. The spirits whisper that our fates are intertwined. My people stand ready to aid you in the war against the Legion.
Victory in hand, you know where there are still Pillars of Creation that must be recovered if the Legion is to be defeated once and for all. Your order has identified uncharted regions of the Broken Isles that still house the remaining pillars. Look over the information. It would help you focus your next effort. Alright. We also did get some nice rewards. We got some artifact weapons or artifact improvements for our points here. And we got some new gloves. These Earth Guard grips are eye level 800, which will help us immensely on our questing effort. Yeah, let's also learn the recipe. Got this drop right before the final boss as well, giving us 100 artifact power we can use. Okay, now it's time we return to our preparedness, back at the Fellhammer, back to our base. And we are going to continue off in the next zone. In the next episode. Oh, laggy bit there. What zone will that be? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. That was the best rhyme of the day. I've been Crudeless, and I hope you enjoyed this little episode of Neltharion's Lair. If you did enjoy this episode, make sure to click the like button down below, and I will see you next time. Bye until then. Wada!